Okay, we've got our top three finishers from today's Supersport race here at New Jersey Motorsports Park, the final Supersport race of the year. Our winner today, PJ Jacobson, second place Matthew Skoltz, and third place Corey Alexander. We'll start with Corey. Second yesterday, third today. Was their pace faster or was your pace slower?
So today versus yesterday, I mean, the lap times, you could show that, you know what I mean? They obviously, something changed overnight, you know, I know on PJ's side kind of what we worked on, for both of us, but I mean, I was riding as hard as I could when they came by, and they just were walking away, and I knew, you know, I was matching my best times from yesterday pretty much the whole race, so that was all I really had. For sure, we had a little bit less grip than I felt like yesterday. But either way, I was riding as hard as I could. I was really struggling in that third segment, and that's where for sure I was losing a lot. But otherwise, just the corner speed they could carry, I couldn't match that for whatever reason. So really, really strong ride. I mean, I think the times that they were doing, I was looking back from all the way to 15 last night, and I think that was, you know, faster than they were doing back in 2015. So really, really strong pace. I had nothing for them, and like I said, I was putting in laps as hard as I could, and the gap just kept getting bigger and bigger, and then I just couldn't see them anymore. And I'm like, I don't know what they're doing up there, but it's got to be fast. So either way, my bike, you know, worked really, really well. Super stoked with how the team kind of rebounded from Ohio, and even Coda, we had some struggles. So this weekend was kind of super smooth sailing for us. Bike was good right off the bat, and every condition, which for me, usually these mixed conditions are not my strong suit. So I was happy to have good sessions there, and then to be able to get on the box twice at the end of the year at home is really good. And excited for next year. I mean, I said it yesterday, but knowing that we're all re-signed, it doesn't really, I don't know, usually at the end of the season, it's kind of like you have this sad feeling that, you know, things aren't going to be, or might not be the same again, you know, but knowing that we have virtually, you know, hopefully the same crew and at least the three same riders makes it exciting going into the off season, because we know we're just kind of building. It's not like there's no lull or no postseason kind of sadness, you know. So hats off to these guys. I mean, it's been fun watching them race all year, and I know I've grown as a rider riding around them on the little bikes. Obviously, we rode together last year in Superbike, but this year has been fun, and I've had a good time, and looking forward to next year.
All right, thank you. Second place today, Matthew Skoltz. Fifth yesterday, and wrapped up the Supersport Championship yesterday. A little less stressed today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I was feeling nervous before this race. I know I wrapped up the championship yesterday. I obviously wanted to, you know, win now, but my pace hasn't been good. You know, all weekend long. The morning warm up now, we turned the bike upside down. We changed gearing, length, lowered it, whatever else you possibly can do, and we went quicker. But I think we did like a 23.6, and PJ was with a 21.9, you know, so we weren't even close. So I was stressing a little bit, but yeah, the race start happened and got up to third or fourth, and kind of saw that the pace, I felt comfortable doing 23s, and then I think PJ got to the front and picked up the pace, and I managed to get past Corey, Stefano. And then I think we did a couple 21s and 22s. It was definitely the same deal that we kind of had all season long, where PJ is a lot stronger in certain sections and I'm a lot stronger in some of the other parts. I think that's more the V2 compared to the R6, like how the bike rides. But overall, I think maybe 3 laps to go, we got into a bunch of back markers in corner 4 and 5, and I messed up my gears and went into the hairpin in third rather than in second, and lost, you know, 1.5 seconds on PJ, and I wasn't catching that back up, so I just settled with 2 laps to go. You know, well done again to PJ. He was a fierce competitor all year long. You know, Corey was there, you know, one for the taller guys as well, I guess. But yeah, it was a really fun year, and you know, kind of when I moved back down to the Supersport class, I was like, man, this sucks. My career is going backwards, but I think that I've rejuvenated that, and I feel like a new rider and a new person, and I'm looking forward to the 25 season. And I'm not sure if it's back in the Supersport class or Superbike. I'm just looking forward to coming back and just riding. You know?
All right, congratulations. Our winner today, PJ Jacobson. It's his seventh win of the year, 13th podium in 18 races. Good way to end the season, and you probably sleep pretty good tonight going out of this year with a victory.
For sure, like last night, yeah, I didn't sleep too well. You know, it was a hard race yesterday for me. I was really struggling, but we kind of went back to the drawing board last night, figured out some stuff that we saw on the data, and yeah, I felt pretty good in morning warm up, and then the race, I felt really good as well. I was actually surprised Skoltz was there and made the pass because I was running like mid 22s at that point, and I was like, wow, this is pretty fast, you know. But yeah, it's been like that all season with him. So yeah, I was happy to get the win here for the last race of the season and going into winter like that, and especially for the team and stuff. They worked so hard for this first season coming into this season. So really proud of the team and everything that they've accomplished. Yeah, we didn't get the championship, but we definitely fought pretty hard for it. We made some mistakes along the way as a team. Also, me as a rider, I feel like yeah, it was a really good season. You know, having Skoltz as a person to battle with all year. I feel like me and him, you know, we used to like talk more in Superbike and stuff, but I think all the stuff that drew to the competition, you know, it was like almost like UFC fighting. But
The rivalry, man.
I think it was really good. You know, at the end of the day, like that's how it should be. You know, you don't want to be, I mean, laughing and stuff like that with the person you're battling with. I mean, you know, you're going there and he has to pay his bills, I have to pay mine. So at the end of the day, we won a championship, and you know we're not really, you know, friends on the track. So I congratulate him and the whole team, and then, you know, hopefully me and him can be talking again and friends. But it's been a long season, and it's really yeah, they had a perfect season, and congrats to them. And yeah, we lost, but yeah, it's good. I really enjoyed this whole season, even though it's been super super up and down. I had strong moments and bad ones, and yeah, you look back and you learn from all that stuff. So yeah, we just move forward and getting ready for next year.
Okay, thank you. Any questions?
I just have a quick one for Corey. Hey, Corey, I get asked this a lot, so I don't know the answer, and I'm going to ask you. The origin of the leopard, I know it was your hair to begin with a few years ago, but what is the basis for all that?
Every year I try to do a theme. I do a lot of design stuff. You know, trying to pay the bills.
Huh? Is it a cheetah? I don't know. What is it? Tell us.
Cheetah print.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, cheetah
I
print.
didn't want to call you a cheetah, if you know what I'm
It's all
talking
right.
about.
I actually don't. You might have to explain that one. Yeah, no, every year I try to do something cool, just some kind of theme. Obviously, there's not too many cool things that go with orange, generally speaking. So when I knew our colors for roller die were going to be orange, I just tried to, you know, do something that went along with that theme. And honestly, I think the team did the bike rendering in the beginning of the season as kind of a joke after they saw my leather design. And at some point or another, Graham said, you know, let's make that happen. So they surprised me with it. And yeah, and that's that. So I assume if we're orange again next year, we'll bring it back. If not, we'll come up with something new.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. We've got two of our top three finishers from today's Steel Commander Superbike race here at New Jersey Motorsports Park. Our winner today, Loris Baz. Second place, Sean Dillon Kelly. And third place, Bobby Fong, is about to race in the baggers race. We'll get started with Sean. Sean had his first win a couple of weeks ago in Texas and came very close to win number 2 today. It was a great race, and you were 7th yesterday. I don't know what was the problem then. Maybe you can tell us, but it looked like you guys were too far back to catch the 2 Ducatis, and then all of a sudden you started pulling them back. What was the difference?
Yeah, no, definitely a pretty amazing way to finish off the season. Obviously, we always want to finish off strong, and I think, yeah, I didn't win today, but I think that was one of, you know, definitely one of my 2 strongest races of the whole season, and the other one being obviously when I won. But this one, you know, I came from a ways back, and both Ducatis got up really strong at the beginning, and I was able to get through the pack. Obviously, qualifying 7th was not ideal, so I had to make some moves, make some passes. But straight out the gate, I felt way better than yesterday, and not too much to say other than it's just up until today, it was a very strange weekend. You know, obviously it was strange for everyone with the weather, but even just how I felt on the bike, some issues we were having, some things that we were running into, and some silly mistakes we were making within the team too, like Q1 when I qualified 7th. That was completely on first on me and then on the team. You know, we didn't do the right strategy, so we definitely messed some things up today. But you know, we are rookie rider, rookie team, so I think we didn't make as many as we thought we should have this season in general, so it's okay to get it in. Maybe we relaxed a bit too much after our win last couple weeks ago, but yeah, we got it together today. I felt amazing, and I saw Cam struggling a little bit, so I got by him. Then I seemed like he got some pace while being behind me. Then he got in front of me. He made fastest lap, and then he made a mistake. I got by, and then I learned a little bit from him that fast lap, and I feel like once he did that, I just kept on repeating the lap time, and man, I just put my head down and I was just committed to getting to these guys. Got by Josh with a few laps to go, and definitely tried it on Baz, but it was going to be way too dirty. He was braking really strong, and obviously I was also a bit toasted up from coming a couple seconds back, but yeah, I'm pretty stoked for him. I didn't realize it was his first ever win here, so that's pretty badass that we did it 2 weekends in a row, and yeah, it's a pleasure to be racing with these dudes.
All right, congratulations. Our winner today, Loris Baz. He was third yesterday. This is his first MotoAmerica Superbike win. He's actually the 68th race different rider to win an AMA Superbike race, and you're the first Frenchman to win one. So congratulations on that. Also, to show what a good season we've had with a lot of parity, he's also the seventh different rider to win this year. So, where does this rank in your list of? You've raced all over the world in many different classes. Where does this victory rank?
It's high. It's really high. I mean, it's 11 years coming, you know. So I never did the choice in my life to choose the easiest way. So that's why I went in MotoGP and I choose always the hardest thing because I wanted like just to see until where I was able to go. But then when you go back down, it's really hard to have the people like trusting you that you are still able to do it. So it's high. I mean, especially because when I came here in 21, everybody expected me to, kill the game, and everybody was like, "Oh, why are you racing a Superbike Ducati? You can win there with a super stock." They don't realize the level that it's in every national championship. That's what I show when I went back in Superbike and I was in the podium. So it's super high, and especially this season, because at the end it's a mental game, and when you spend so much time injured at the hospital and all the things that I had in the past years, you just have a couple of person around you, and that was my girlfriend, my manager, my parents, and that's the only people that believe in you. But even like that, at some point you still like, maybe it's done, it's never going to happen again. And I can, believe me, even if I always believed that it was going to happen, many nights after a race where I was close to win, I was like, it's always something happening to me, So no, that's just a good show to all the kids around the world that race back that it's never done, and just believe in yourself, and you can do it. So I'm super proud, especially because I made the choice to come back here, and I didn't want anything else than this team because I love those guys. I love Ducati. I love Warhorse and the Chase BK. And I found the best teammate ever, So coming into this weekend, I knew that I had, not a knife above my head, but, it's not, some people didn't think that I still deserve that ride. And I knew it was coming all year long, at that pole position. I knew I was back in the right speed, but I just didn't have the right pace on the race. And it's a lot of parameters that you have to put on together, and the level is so high this year that, it's cool that it's finally coming together. And just want to thank, all the people in the Chase BK, Warhorse, Ducati New York, all the partners, my personal partners, but every single person, Ducati North America, Heraldo, all the crew in the team. We had tough moments this year, but it's definitely. I never cried after a victory on a podium, and I never cried, I think, so much since the last time I had 20 fractures in my foot. But that's better. That's a better tears.
You had your teammate behind you for probably 90% of the race, and then suddenly there was maybe 5 or 6 guys back there. Were you aware of that, or did you just think it was Josh?
Well, I knew there was some guys. The guys did a good job because since Austin, I've been struggling a lot with my start. We had some problem in my clutch. They found some parts that were not nice after Austin, so they changed it. But yesterday I had a bad start again, and I had a really strange feeling going into the warm-up lap. So I was scared going into the race, but I had a good start. And I managed to go first. I'm finally able to be aggressive again like I was in 21, and that has been the biggest problem for me this year, not being able to be aggressive and overtake the guys for many reasons in the setup. And then, I was first, and because we didn't have many dry sessions this year, only 2, and it was the 2 races, I didn't know what to expect from the rear tire drop at the end. So I was, I knew I had Josh and one guy, and then they just showed me there was Josh. So I tried to slow down the pace, not use my tire. And then I was watching Josh beatboard, and I was plus 1.5, plus 1, plus 0.5. I'm like, whoa, they're coming back. But then I was just, instead of trying to push and kill the tire, I tried to close the line. Josh showed me his wheel. I overtook him again, but I think he made my life easier. I think he had something more all season than everyone, and especially today. I saw in the warm-up how his bike react. But we did some change. We went in his direction. We changed the lane of the bike between the warm-up and the race. So big thanks to the crew for that, and I felt good. So yeah, it's cool that we work together all year, and it's paying off, and especially for the team, it's so cool to end up like this. It's the home race for the whole team, and we're gonna celebrate at the MotoAmerica Casino tonight, which is the sponsor of the team. So it's so cool. My dad is here. It's the first time he come to a race in America. My girlfriend. So yeah, it's yeah. I mean, he's gonna come. He's gonna come every race next year. No choice. No. I didn't. Coming back to the race, last lap, I knew there was many guys behind. I could hear that it was not Josh anymore, and I was like, whoa. I thought it was Cam, but I was just trying to close the line. And going into that last turn, I had the Aiden Gilly move yesterday, going in, and I was like, should I close the door, or should I just try to go in fast and see what happened? And I just happy it walks out, and sometimes it's just a tiny bit that it make you hero zero. But I'm proud of what I did, and all the guys did in Chase BK this weekend.
All right. Any questions? Okay, congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got our top 3 finishers from today's Mission King of the Baggers race here at New Jersey Motorsports Park. It's our last race of the season. So congratulations to all 3 of you. Our winner today, Troy Herfoss. Second place, Rocco Landers. And third place, Kyle Wyman. We're going to get started with Kyle. A little bit of a tough day at the office. And it's one of those things where it's like you've had 14 podiums, you've had multiple wins, and it's one of those days when actually either guy could be a worthy champion. So I don't know if that means anything, but congratulations for a season that was well done. Tell us a little bit about today. You obviously got off to a good start. You probably thought you were in a pretty good position.
I really did. I got 2 incredible starts this weekend. And the second one was even better than the first one, I think, somehow. I didn't think I could do any better than yesterday, but we let it out at turn 1. And I really didn't think Troy got through that clean. So I wasn't really trying to cover anything up on the first lap, and he came up underneath me into turn 5 right away. And it took me about a lap of not believing that he was just going to walk away, trying to convince myself that I had something, but I truly didn't have anything for him. I mean, I was kind of fighting for my life out there. A couple areas of the track I could hang with him, but in a few areas, he was just too good. And, we didn't quite have what we needed. So yeah, it's been a year of, the pendulum swinging back and forth, and, it's almost gotten to the point where, you kind of you roll into the race and you just feel like you're rolling the dice. Like, is it my day or is it his day? Like, it's kind of been like that all year. And, as of late, I've had a couple little struggles. Yesterday is going to haunt me a little bit because of the problem we had on the grid. Because literally all we did was, put that setting in it for this morning and hauled ass, and we didn't change anything for the race. I mean, we just rolled with that because I felt really comfortable. I did a couple 23s and a whole bunch of low 24s, and I did everything I could do today. I did everything I could do all year, last year, the year before. I mean, when I got this opportunity with Harley-Davidson, I made a promise to myself that every single day I was going to give it everything. And I've done that. So it wasn't enough this year. Troy's a great champion. He's been a pleasure to race against. I don't think we touched each other all year. I mean, just had some incredible battles and memories, last lap showdowns in front of the world stage. I mean, it's truly a dream to be racing when it means this much against an amazing competitor. It's only going to make me better. It's only going to make me stronger. And congratulations to those guys and to Rocco for a great season as well. He's going to be a serious threat going forward. And yeah, just get back to work.
All right, well, congratulations. Second place today, Rocco Landers. It's his 9th podium overall and his 8th podium in a row. Took you a little while to get going, but once you did, you were able to do some good lap times and obviously battle with Kyle.
Yeah, once again, I just didn't get the best start that I could have possibly have gotten, and I ended up behind James and these two guys, and James and Hayden, and I was able to get by Hayden in one, but kind of got stuck there on James for a couple laps, and I was able to make that move, but at that point, obviously with how fast these guys are, it's hard to make up that time. And I had started to run down Kyle, and I think I caught him around mid-race, but I had a big moment into the last turn where I lost the front, and it came back. But at that point, I just didn't have enough confidence in the front to be able to make a serious pass. And there on that last lap, the opportunity presented itself, and I was able to take home the second place for my team. But this is a hard deal for me because I would like in the ideal world I'd be able to root for both of these guys in individual championships, because like after this year and after all the experiences and all the memories and all the great races I've had, like I feel I view both of them almost as like surrogate big brothers. It's insane, but it's tough. I mean, I can tell, and I hate to be in between it, but I've had a really good year and I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, good job. Our winner today in the 2024 Mission King of the Baggers champion is Troy Herfoss. He's from Australia. It's his first season here. 7 wins, 14 podiums, an immaculate race that I could tell from to end your season. Where does all of this rank in Troy Herfoss's racing life?
Look, firstly, thank you. It's been an incredible journey. Seriously, 12 months ago, I was in this position in Australia and on top of the world, but didn't know exactly what I wanted from my racing moving forward. And this incredible opportunity to come and race for Indian Motorcycles in King of the Baggers come up, and I wanted to step outside my comfort zone, and that's exactly what it was. I was extremely uncomfortable from the banks of Daytona through to, World Championship crowds at Coda to the gravel trap at Brainerd, and to hear this moment winning a championship. It's been a wild ride and an incredible journey. Kyle's been an amazing competitor, just a true professional in every way. He literally just kept himself in there on his bad days. On the good days, he made me pay, and it was exciting. It was stressful, but yeah, it's a real highlight for me. Last year was a huge highlight for me, coming back from a big injury to win a Superbike championship in Australia. But I don't know if I believed I could do this at the start of the year, so that's why it makes it pretty special for me.
Were you concerned at all he got off to a good start, but it seemed like you've had pace all weekend. It seemed like you've been confident all weekend. Were you worried at that point, or was it too early to worry?
Yes, I was worried. My biggest worry was that he would pass Rocco early in the race, and I'd be behind Rocco, and Rocco having the pace he's got, you're trying to pass 2 really fast guys, and I got one of the best starts I've had all year, seriously, and I bet when we look at the data, he probably did too, and it's crazy, right? 2 guys racing for a championship, but when that's happening, the nerves turn into just this hyper focus, these crazy reflexes, and that showed the 2 championship guys out front. And I followed him on the warm up lap, and we're not pushing on the warm up lap, but I just tried to keep taking confidence from. I was just trying to I was almost racing him on the warm up lap, and he was just warming his bike up, and then on the start of the race, I closed the gap in a few areas, and then he accelerated off, I think 3 C's or 3B, the third of the 3s, and I sort of panicked, and it's not sort of like me to lunge at someone early, but I seen an opportunity into the hairpin, left-hand hairpin, and I just took it. And honestly, I just thought it'd be like him on my tail the whole way. And but honestly, the challenge today felt amazing. It was one of them days where we didn't get a lot of dry time, but we had a really good base setting. And in the morning warm-up, we made a little change from yesterday that I wasn't sure about. We sort of met in the middle and trying to anticipate the weather and the heat in the track. But honestly, the way the bike felt in the race, I didn't have to slow down. I felt so comfortable with the bike, and yeah, it's a real credit to the team.
All right. Well, good job. Is there any questions? Okay. Thank you, and congrats to all of you.